Going to be going through personalization tags or custom fields as they're called in ActiveCampaign, and how to use them for your automations to create more engaging and relevant emails for your users. So first you need to know how to go to the personalizations page in ActiveCampaign. To get there, you can either click on the lists or the forms icons, and then click on Manage Fields. When you come to this page, it will have a list of all the fields in ActiveCampaign. These first 4 fields are the default fields, and you won't be able to remove those, but you can certainly edit them. You can edit the default value for the first name and the last name, but you won't be able to have a default value for the email or the phone, and you probably wouldn't want one anyway. But you can certainly edit the default value. And one of the first things that I do when I open up a new ActiveCampaign account is I set the default value for the first name to there. And that just avoids the awkward issue that a lot of people get on their emails, where it's got hi, and it would have hi John normally, and then a comma or an exclamation point. If the first name field is missing, it would just have hi, space, and then comma. And it looks really strange having that couple of spaces before the comma. Very strange and frankly a little bit unprofessional. So to get rid of that, you just set the default field for the first name as there. And that way you'll have hi, there, comma. Now, the rest of the default fields, the rest of the fields here are all custom fields that we've set particularly for this account. Now, the 3 that we're going to be looking at today in our example are Contact Manager Scheduler, and the Contact Manager Email. So firstly, we add the custom field clicking this button in the top, and then we've got a few different options for the custom fields that we can use. You've got the normal text field options, then we've got the date field, and an important note with the date field is that this date field can be read in 2 different date formats. And the default date format for ActiveCampaign is month, day, year. You can see here for this account, the client has changed it to year, month, day. So if we were to send a date to our custom date field, and we've got the date format as year, month, day, we would have to send it as 2018 02, which would be February, and then 03, which would be the day. If we sent it instead as 03 02 2018, it would read it as 2002 February. It probably either put in the 20 or the 18 for the day, and you'd get this really odd, incorrect date. So very important, if you are going to use the date format, make sure you have the date format updated to whatever format that you're going to be sending the information to ActiveCampaign in. And to do that, you go to your settings page and then you go to the advanced tab, and you can just change this here. And ActiveCampaign's got some different formatting examples there for you to look at. So that's the date field. Then you've got a drop-down menu, and that's just a normal sort of drop-down menu that you can click and select one item from. And then you've got a multi-selection list where you can select multiple items. And then you've got radio buttons, which are what these are here. You can only select one item at a time. And you've got checkboxes, which look like this, but you can select multiple items from the checkboxes, and a hidden field, which I generally don't use. Now, once you've created your custom fields, you want to make sure that you set your default value, which here we've set that to Bastion. And this here is a drop-down list, and we've got 4 options here. We can reorder the options by dragging them around like so, add another option, etc. And then we've got the option here of making the field visible on a form or not. And then we've got the advanced options of which lists we want to use this for. Generally, I have this on for all lists. And then which countries you want to sort of filter it for as well. I usually don't bother with any of those advanced options. So that's how to set up your custom fields. Now, once you've set up your custom fields, then you can start using them in your emails. So here we've got our normal personalization tag, the first name. Now we've set the default to there, so if there's no first name, it will say hi there, and then it will have a comma. Now if the first name field was blank, it would look like this, and you'd have a space between the hi and the comma if the default value was blank. So that's why I always set the default value to there, mate, or friend, or whatever's going to work for your niche. Now, next we're using the contact manager's default, the contact manager's personalization tag as the sign-off. So in this email, if I didn't have a contact manager set, the default is set to Bastion. So it would say all the best, Bastion. And then it would also update here, and it would have Bastion, and that would be in the formatting that we've set for this text block. And then we're also going to personalize the schedule call link, so this goes to Bastion's calendar. And to do this, we're just pasting in the personalization tag for the link. Now, obviously, this will only work if it's a valid link for this personalization tag. If it was his name that we pasted in here, ActiveCampaign is not going to update it to the link. So you have to create a custom field and then only put links inside that custom field if you're going to use them for a URL link in an email. Now, to get that personalization tag either in this email here, we can just click on Personalize in the top right and then select from our tags that we've got here. Now, for instance, for our link tag, we would select it here, then we would copy this, Control C, go over to our link that we want to use it for, and then Control V to paste that in here. There's no option to select the personalization or custom field in here, so you have to manually paste it in. But it does work when the email gets sent out. Then we're also updating the, or we're including a personalized email address for Bastion in the email footer itself. Now, ActiveCampaign doesn't have any mechanism for customizing other than custom HTML code, which I wouldn't worry about doing that. So ActiveCampaign doesn't have an option for customizing the URL link for the image. So the workaround for that, if you don't want to use custom HTML coding, is to use conditional blocks. And so to do that, you just click on Make this block conditional, and then you set the conditions here. And our condition is going to be Contact Manager equals Bastion, and when that is true, ActiveCampaign will show this image, and it won't show these other three images here. Now, when the Contact Manager's field is Amelia, then it will show this image, and it won't show the other three images. So this will change based on the Contact Manager's field. And so in the end, the email will look like, hi John, all the best Bastion, only his image will show, his name will go here, his link will go there, and his email address will go there. Now we're also personalizing the personalization, the contact manager's name in the from field, and we're adding the email address in the email address field as well. And we've set both of those by just clicking on the personalization buttons there. So we've really personalized this email to look like it's sent from the sales contact that the user has been assigned to. And if they haven't been assigned to one, then Bastion is our default. Now, for this to work, we need to update the call scheduler custom field and also the email custom field based on the contact manager field and when it changes. Now, to set that, we create the trigger for a custom field changing, and we set the custom field as the contact manager field. If it changes ever, which is interpreted as if it changes to anything, because we can also set it to a change to a certain field, but we just want it to change to anything. And we want to run this every time the field is changed, not just the first time. And when the contact is added or updated, not just when they're added or not, just when they're updated. So I keep it as ever, every time, and added and updated. We can save the start there. And then we just want to create some little logic questions here. If the contact manager is Bastion, then we update his call link to this, and we update his email to that. If the manager is Amelia, then we update the call link to this and the email to that, and blah, blah, blah down the list. Now, if a contact manager field is empty, the default is set to Bastion. So we want to set the default call field and the default email address to Bastion. And so we're doing that by just pushing anyone that doesn't match the 4 questions that we have, pushing those users back over to Bastion, where they can be updated with his details. And that's set to run every time the contact manager field is updated. So therefore, say someone was assigned to Bastion, and then Bastion assigned them to Amelia, this automation would run, and then this automation would change those fields so that the email was congruent with that assigned salesperson. So that's how to use your custom fields in ActiveCampaign. I may do an email later, a video later on, showing you how to use some custom HTML here, so that you could use the image URL link and have that personalized. But for now, this is the easiest way to do it. And if you've only got a couple of options, then this is quite an easy and acceptable way to do it. But if you've got 50 or 100 options, then yes, you would definitely want to use custom HTML coding here instead. And I'll do another video for that in the future. So if you want to find out more about any email marketing or get some help with your custom fields in ActiveCampaign, feel free to head over to my website or subscribe to my channel for more free information. Okay. Hi, I'm Mitch Bayless, and if you're looking for someone to help you with your business automation, then click the button below to schedule your free call today. And if you found this video useful, remember to click like, and also subscribe to our channel for more videos.